Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? This is G Walker, one half of the CNG podcast.
And I'm CJ, the other half of the CNG podcast.
Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? It's G Walker, the CNG podcast. Alan, how you doing today, bro? You got your camera on?
Yeah, how you doing, bro?
Hold on, man. I gotta fix something real quick. What's going on, Twitter? What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, Facebook? It's CNG podcast. Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Hold on 1 second. There we go. What's going on, OG? How you feeling?
I'm chilling, man. How you been, man?
Man, it's been a long time. We ain't been up in here in a minute, man. So, we got a couple of things to talk about. We're not gonna waste nobody's time, man. Y'all know how we feel up in here about that. We're gonna get into it. We just waiting on CJ to come up in here, man. But at the same time, somebody got paid today, bro. Somebody got broke off today, man. And that was a topic of conversation. A topic of conversation where we talked about who was going to get paid. Kyler Gordon, was it Dexter? A lot of people said Kyler Gordon. You know what I mean? He should have been paid first. You know what I mean? He's been a guy that we can rely on in a lot of situations. So how did you feel about it when the news broke that Kyler Gordon he got paid? How'd you feel?
Yeah, I thought he was gonna get paid during training camp. He got his money early. And I think they've been negotiating since free agency started. But I applaud the Bears for doing the right thing, giving Kyler Gordon the money. He deserves it. He's still young. I think it's going to end in 3 years. So that'll give him a chance to re-up and depend on where they went. But you couldn't beat that contract. He's the number one paid in the league. Well deserved. And he didn't break the bank. It was just a good deal for both sides. He was saying the voices.
I just want to say that Kyler Gordon, him being paid, bro, this was the time. It was the perfect time for him to get paid. He's a very important part of that secondary, man. You can pretty much put him in blitz packages. You can put him in zone. You can put him in man. You can put Kyler Gordon anywhere. He is a Swiss Army knife in the secondary. So the fact that we got this deal done before training camp lets me know that he's not only valued by the Chicago Bears as far as Ryan Poles. This was his first draft pick. You know what I mean? He's a guy that Dennis Allen is pretty much going to want to deploy during the season. So, Alan, you know what I mean? What are your thoughts about and tell the audience, you know what I mean? Like, what do you think about how he's going to be used in Dennis Allen's defense?
Well, we won't see him on a lot of zone anymore. The defense he was in with Eberflus, he will not be doing that type of style of play. His style of play is going to be jamming at the point of attack. He's going to be a little bit more. He's going to have an advantage effect with Tyrone Matthews.
Yeah, Alan probably got to come back in. His mic cut out. CJ, what's going on? We got the other half of the CNG podcast in here. CJ is in here. See, how you doing, bro? CJ, can you hear me?
What's going on?
What's up, man? We just talking about Kyler Gordon and how he's going to fit inside Dennis Allen's defense, and he pretty much got paid, and how Ryan Poles kept his word, like, I'm going to get him paid. So the fact that he got paid and everything like that, how do you feel about that when the news broke about Kyler Gordon?
Well, they had to pay him. I think he was an important piece of the Bears defense last year. Even though they're going to be running a different defense this year, he's still going to be an important piece. So it had to be done.
Yeah, and what he signed was pretty much. I'm gonna move CJ real quick so I can read this. CJ, I'll add you back to the stage real quick. Hold on. It says that Kyler Gordon was signed for a 3-year deal for $40 million. I think about $31 million, $32 million, $31 million, something like that. We didn't break the bank. Ryan Post continues to be a wizard with numbers. Ryan Post continues to put his mouth where his money is. Ryan Post continues to pay players that are healthy. Ryan Post does not play guys that he don't feel like they're healthy enough. I know a lot of people want to say that Kyler Gordon, you know what I mean, pretty much he missed some games and everything like that. But Kyler Gordon, for the majority of his career, he's been here, he's been healthy. So he's been available more times than not. And I thought that was a reason why he probably wouldn't get paid as soon, is because he was coming off an injury. So, Alan, we talking about pretty much Kyler Gordon, his production, his health, and either way it went, Ryan Post paid him. So what makes you think that what pushed him over the limit to get paid? Was it the fact that when we heard about Dennis Allen liking him a lot, that pushed his deal to the top? What do you think it was?
No, I think it was all about Ryan Poles and his familiarity. You got to remember, this is Ryan Poles' first draft pick as a Chicago Bear GM. So this is a meaningful pick. It's got a lot of he hit this one. This is one of the ones he hit out the park. It was a home run. So that's why he deserved the deal. And also, it was kudos to Ryan. And then also the coaching staff really was behind going and getting the money. So it was a win-win for everybody. And he's a good player, man. Like, Kyler Gordon is one of those guys, man. He's not a blue chip, but he's like a B-list player that you need to win Super Bowl. So that's the type of guy that we need in the locker room. And he's family now, so I think that was a lot of the reason for him to get signed today, that he deserved it. And that's pretty much how Poles looked at it. And Ben Johnson and Coach Allen.
Well said, man, because, you can put him in a lot of different situations. So, CJ, what do you think the most thing that you can do with Kyler Gordon in this defense now that the scheme has changed? What do you think Dennis Allen is going to deploy him to do the most? Like, where is he just going to be everywhere? So what do you think he's going to be at, CJ?
They're going to put him in a lot of spots. Coach is going to have to cover linebacker, tight ends. They're going to be having him a blitz, at the line. So, they're going to use Kyler Gordon's strengths is what they're going to do.
And y'all got to turn y'all mic off on this one right here, man. So, go ahead, CJ, finish your point, bro. Turn your mics on. Y'all got to turn your mic on.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna use Kyler Gordon and a lot of different things on the defense this year. Like I said, you're gonna see him in blitz. You're gonna see him covering tight ends. You're gonna see him in a lot of different spots on the field on the defense.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see where he's put at, man. He's such a weapon. And I remember just watching him last season that he had the most impact of any player on that defense. If it wasn't Montez Sweat with a sack, if it wasn't Jalen Johnson with an interception, it was Kyler Gordon with a stop, with a tackle for a loss, with a fumble recovery. You know what I mean? Him getting to the running back. Everything he was doing last season, bro. He is a weapon. He can tackle, he can cover, he can play man, he can do a lot of things on defense, and his impact. Sometimes, CJ and Allen, I think guys get paid off impact. He's an impact player, he's a playmaker, and the fact that we got the highest paid slot corner or the nickel on our team right now, bro, I'm really confident in what we can do with him with Dennis Allen in this defense as soon as next year. So, Allen, Kyler Gordon, what is his most special trait to you? What is the most special thing that Kyler Gordon can do?
Instinct. His instinct was just out of the off-the-top. He's a faithful football player. Things that you can't coach. He's just one of those guys that he knows where to be on the football field. He's got to know like coaches say. So that's the thing that you can't put in a bottle. And he's coaches. He's a bottle. You don't have to get him pumped up. That's what I love about man. And he just can, man. He can't play on Sunday.
Alan, you cutting out real bad, bro. Like, I can't hear anything you saying. I can't hear nothing. You might have to go back to the way you was using your the phone before, because man, I can't hear anything you saying, bro. I can't hear nothing. So, Kyler Gordon is just a special talent, man. The dude is just loaded with potential. He's loaded with being an impact player. He's just a guy that you could depend on third downs, on second downs. You can put him anywhere, man. So it's amazing to see that this deal got done. Now we got JJ done with his deal. Now we got Kyler Gordon with his deal is done. So I'm confident, man. Look at that. He's tackling right there, man. He's getting to the quarterback, getting to the right receiver. You can deploy him anywhere, man. So I'm very impressed by Kyler Gordon, man. Look at him. Look, he's guarding Jamison Williams right there. You know what I mean? Look, coming in, hitting the running back. This dude can do anything. He caused a fumble right there, bro. So this dude is a weapon. Put him anywhere on the field, and he's going to go crazy, man. I just wish that he will be healthy this season. Majority of the season, I just want him healthy, man. I just want him healthy. I want to see him play a full slate of games and be a weapon and be a wrecking ball and be a menace, be that spider, be everywhere, man. You know what I mean, Alan?
Yeah. Can you hear me now, G?
I can hear you perfectly, bro.
Yeah, he's very good, man. Instinctual football player, man. He's gonna be lights out, man. He just plays the right way, man. He's a thumper. He's a good coverage guy, self-starter, and he's a quiet leader in the locker room, man. He's a great teammate from what I see, man. He's just a blessing to have on the football team.
Yeah, it's just you can, because even when one of your other players are down, you got a guy that could come in a couple of different in defensive packages and do a lot more things than a guy that's one-dimensional. That's the best thing about Kyler Gordon that I learned. He's not one-dimensional. And you got a guy on your defense that's not one-dimensional, is a problem, bro. That pays dividends. I don't mind it. I love it, man. And I'm just happy that he's on our team, and I'm happy that we're going to be deploying him against the NFC North, against the Packers, against the Vikings, against the and the Lions, man. So CJ, man, just what's your final thoughts just about Kyler Gordon's impact, and what do you think his most special trait is as a football player? What is his most special trait that you've watched these past two seasons that you know what you just like? This dude's a baller.
The fact that he goes after the ball, man. The fact that he attacks the football on the defense is crazy to me. You know, that's why he's the third highest, paid safety in the league, corner slot safety in the league, or whatever you want to call it. The fact that he can attack the football, man, is the fact that he goes after that football, he goes after it hard. He doesn't give up on plays. It's like he's always right there around the football every single time. And that's his best asset to me when it comes to this Bears football team.
Yeah, he's always around the ball. He always got his nose around the ball, man. He knows field position. He knows where he needs to be. He knows where the running back is going to go. Seems like he just knows everything. And he's a very instinctual player. He's very instinctual. And his instincts, and you match that with what Dennis Allen's going to deploy him and add him to this, add him to that. He's going to be a terror, bro. He's going to be a terror come this season. You feel me, Allen?
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
the only thing I worry about, I think you mentioned it. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. The only thing I like you were saying about the injury history, man, we got to make sure he's available, man. The best ability is availability. So, that's the main thing. But he plays so rugged and tough, and you got to look at him, man. He plays kind of like in a linebacker area on the football field. So he's very in a high contact area on the football field. And I think that's where a lot of his injuries and stuff come in at. So hopefully Coach Allen will make sure that he plays a lot more man and try to get him outside of those areas and don't kind of restrict him to zone where he's got to, take on tackles and running backs all the time where he can chase a receiver. That can kind of keep him a little bit more longevity just with the scheme we play.
Yeah, and that makes so much sense. You just want him healthy. You want him in situations where he's healthy and that talent is showing on every down that he's in there. Because I like the fact that, we kind of got the deal locked down because I was paranoid. Like, if we don't lock him down and he becomes an absolutely number one corner somehow playing more man, his contract extension was going to be through the roof. So the fact that they banked on his potential to play more man, CJ, and got this deal done, Ryan Poles is again ahead of the curve as far as paying players early, right?
Hey man, that's what he do. He get deals done. You can say what you want about him as far as the draft, but when it comes to Ryan Poles, he knows how to get deals done.
Yeah, he really does, man. He's really good with numbers, man. Outside of what deal has he even had a bad deal on? Like, we can't say DJ Moore was a bad deal necessarily. You can't say the Montez Sweat deal. He got Montez before he even hit the market. Traded for him. Then you get JJ locked up before the real blow up and the crazy part about
that's a great deal.
Say that again, Alan.
I want to say JJ's deal was a great deal. It was a great deal. Like, if he reads up, he'll be north of $30 million if we're looking at the contracts this year. So he got him in like 2021. That's great.
Yeah, he got him early, man, because them dudes are getting broke off. So now you get him early done. Look, man, that's pretty dope. But we're gonna bring up some of his grades right here. This was from last year. I got a couple of his grades, man. I just want to talk about some of his production. And I think this was last year, but you got to take this with a grain of salt because he was out some games. So this is just from PFF, man. I know people probably don't like PFF. But this was overall grade was 76. He's almost an above average, in run defense. Cover grade is over 76, but he was hurt. But the fact that you can get a nickel corner, bro, a slot corner to blitz, play coverage, to play run defense, and his grade is almost an 80. Alan, what does that say about this dude?
The physicality. He plays in a phone booth, G Walker, and see, he one of them guys that play in a phone booth to be a nickel corner. And that's where a lot of his, sometimes his injuries come in. But the fact that he plays well in 15 yards and short areas, that's what makes him a great nickel corner, man. Because if you're not a great nickel corner, because you don't play well in short areas, and that's the thing I like about Kyler Gordon and this grade right here. So PFF got it right. When he's on the field, we feel him when he's on the field. Like, number 6 is out there. And he's a very productive football player. And like C says, he attacks the football. He attacks running backs. He attacks offensive line. The kid just plays at 100 miles per hour.
I'm saying, I got my mic was muted, but CJ, these numbers right here are probably going to triple or get to 90s with Dennis Allen. You know what I mean? So, see, what do you think about these numbers right here, man? Because he's almost above average. And he got hurt, so you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, man, they're impressive. They're very impressive. And the fact that he attacks the football so well was the reason he got paid the way he did.
Mm-hmm.
What, 31 guaranteed? So
yeah,
there's a reason why he got paid.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, there's a reason why he got paid that much. This kid is not a fluke. He's definitely not a fluke player.
So
he's a blue chip.
Yeah, because these are his other numbers, man. 53 tackles. Look, grain of salt. He was hurt. So he had 53 tackles, no interceptions. He had 41 receptions allowed and 9 pressures. so he can get to the quarterback, solo tackle. Only allowed 41 receptions allowed, and he was hurt, man. So these numbers are not his peak numbers for a season. So the fact that he probably helped us out a lot more by being hurt, because the price is what the price is. If these numbers was any higher than what they were, he'll probably get about 50 million guaranteed right now. Am I right or wrong, Alan?
No, you definitely right. That number right there, that 0 interception, that is 100% scheme. When he was in his own coverage, a lot of times he couldn't be so aggressive because he had to play responsible on his control as far as his area control. So that 0, that's going to change if we go to a man scheme with him. He's going to get about 4 interceptions because he'll be responsible for 1 or 2 things, and it won't be so much of a myriad of things he needs to be responsible for. His role will be a whole lot more aggressive to the football. So I see that 0 being 4 or 5 this year.
So well said by Allen for bringing that, and just in case people don't know why his number was a 0, it's supposed he's playing more zone. Now he's going to be playing more man. That number is going to probably jump up to 4 interceptions, like Allen said. So his numbers and interceptions is probably going to jump up. If he's healthy, his tackles are going to jump up. His pressures are going to jump up. Everything about Kyler Gordon and Dennis Allen's scheme is going to go up probably 2-3 times, man. The dude is just a player like that, a playmaker.
Mm-hmm.
He's fast. He's flexible. He's very instinctive. So Dennis Allen, man, once they get to training camp and they see what he can really do, bro, this dude might end up being all-pro. I'm going to say it right now on this show. Kyler Gordon will be an all-pro corner, slot, whatever you want to call it, this year. Mark it down. G. Walker said it. Kyler Gordon will be an all-pro this year. Let's see if we got any comments, though. We got Scotty right here. What's up, Scotty? I have my boy Scotty, my best friend, was in the building right now, man. He said he's not sure if he's worth that much, but you can't say that until you see how he plays this season. He's also not been as injured as much. So that's what I'm saying, Alan. Scotty, you got to play the game off potential. It's only just off potential, and you got to just put it against how long you've been healthy. Now, if this was Jaquan Brisker, and we're talking about paying Jaquan Brisker with his concussion history, he's probably not going to get paid. So back to what Scotty said about only 1 injury. Yeah, there's only 1 injury. So his market and his availability is probably about the 80% range. So he's in the 80% range health-wise with 1 injury to get paid. So he got paid how he should, because any other injuries is going to bring down his market value. So the fact that he didn't get hurt more often is perfect. Then we got Scotty again saying that he could be a number 2 on a lot of teams. Yeah, man, he's a problem, bro. He can be your number 2 corner. Tyreek Stevenson need to be looking over his shoulder, because he's not the only person that's going to be working with was it Al Harris?
Al Harris.
So Al Harris is working with not only Tyreek Stevens, he's going to be working with Kyler Gordon. So iron sharpens iron. So Scotty, you right, man. He could be a number 2 on a lot of teams. So good job by getting this done. So Alan, what you think about this, man? Scotty says that a solid slot corner in a man scheme is invaluable. To anybody that says, I just read that, a solid slot corner in man scheme is invaluable. So Alan, can you speak on that?
Yeah, to say what Scotty said, that pretty much sums it up. Because a man scheme and a 4-3 is very pivotal compared to a 3-4. Because 3-4 is a little bit more zone on the back end of the 3-4, because you so dependent on the pass rush. So you don't put your nickel corner in too much of man coverage. But a 4-3 scheme, the scheme we're going to play, an attacking 4-3, that means he's going to be trailing a receiver. He's going to be in phase at least 75-80% of the time. So that's why you got to have a cornerback that can play man in this 4-3 scheme.
Man, well said, man. Well said. So then I think I got one more on, and CJ, this is what this production is right here. Kyler Gordon, according to the Stat News, Kyler Gordon has played 3 seasons for the Bears. He's had 147 solo tackles, 60 assists, 1.5 sacks, 4 fumble recoveries, and 5 interceptions, bro. That's crazy, man. I mean, he was hurt. So, CJ, these numbers pop out to you, man, and what do you love the most just about seeing this right here, man? What makes you feel good? Because to me, that means he can either get the ball when it falls on the ground, he can get it and grab it. That means if you see the ball in the air, he can take it out of the air. That means he can tackle the running back, he can tackle the wide receiver, he can help you take down and help the defensive ends and everybody get tackled. So he is the total package. See, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. It's like I mentioned it earlier. He's always around that football, getting fumble recoveries, either interceptions, making solo tackles. He's always around the football. That's why he's valuable to this Bears defense. He'll be valuable to anybody's defense.
Mm-hmm. And we got this right here. Of course, I think CJ put this up here. We're streaming on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? And everything like that. So CJ told y'all right there, man. So Kyler Gordon, man, congratulations on your deal, bro. Congratulations on the money that you got, man. You deserve it. It's nice to see y'all another part of our secondary locked up to probably 2028, man. It's not going to be a distraction in training camp. He's going to be motivated to play. He got a new defensive coordinator that's going to do more with him. That's going to probably help him get that second extension done when it's time for him to get another extension, especially when we start winning and into the playoffs. So the fact that he's with a coach right now that's going to amplify his abilities, amplify his potential, multiply his output, and help him get more income. Allen, as a player, coming off your first extension with a dog like Dennis Allen as your new defensive coordinator, how would you be feeling right now?
Man, I'll be feeling good, man. I'm going to the bank with 31 extra. So I know he's feeling good, man. So you got a coach to support him, man. So he's gonna be above his skis when he get back, man. So I know he's gonna give us 1,000%, man. The kid's gonna be ready to play, and he's got the backing, he's got the financial backing, he got the coach's support. So he's on cloud nine, man.
Yeah, and I agree, man. I just think that he's in a situation where they're probably feeling like the ownership and the management and everybody is looking out for the players. You know, Ben Johnson, when he got here, he said, I want these players to be the number one priority. You know what I mean? What we're doing in this building right now is for them. So the fact that he's one of the first under Ben Johnson to get a contract extension and to see what Ben Johnson was saying as far as his vision for his players, not only from health, but from a financial standpoint, you know what I mean, from a coaching standpoint, it's good to see that the vision of what someone is saying in this organization is coming to fruition. That's been lined up with Ryan Poles and how Ryan Poles feels about players. So this is a bullet on the wall for Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson and Dennis Allen for getting this guy done. You know what I mean? So I'm super hyped. I'm super proud to be a Bears fan because this dude right here is going to be a highlight reel next season, man. So with that being said, we're going to get into the last part of our content. And this is something that I've been seeing Allen, CJ, from a couple of other social media platforms, a couple of other Bears platforms. And I'm seeing that the Bears are in a win now mode. You know what I mean? And to me personally, I'm not going to get my spiel. I'll probably go last. But are we in a win now mode, CJ? And who has to win? CJ, do you feel like right now the Bears are in a win mode now? Oh, right now mode.
Well, they have to be because Caleb Williams is on the rookie contract still. The best time to strike is right now. He's on the rookie contract. You get the players that you need to get, build a good team around them, and strike. And that's exactly what the Bears have done this offseason. And that's exactly what they're going to do moving forward. And since his rookie contract is up.
Yeah, so Allen, how do you feel about it, man? You feel like CJ, like it's time to win now?
Yeah, we got to push the playoffs. That's the goal. I would like at least a playoff run, at least a wild card. We got to make these incremental steps.
Oh, there you go. Go ahead.
Yeah, we got to win football games. We got to get incremental steps to the playoffs. That's imperative. We got to show development. I mean, it's one thing paying the players and getting things involved, but we got to win football games on Sunday and Monday. No more 0-17 on Sunday. Walker and CJ. We can't go through that again. We can't go through that again. So we got to start moving this can up. You know.
Yeah, and I agree with what y'all saying about, Caleb is on this rookie deal, and we can't be losing like this Sundays after Sunday. But you know what? I'm going to say it right here. We're not in the win mode right now. We're not in the win now mode. We are not. We're under a new head coach with a new staff. This is Caleb Williams' second year with a new coach and a new staff. This whole thing is a rebuild. If anything, right now, the Chicago Bears are in a rebuild mode. And I personally do not want to see Chicago Bears fans expecting to be in a win now mode. Like, what does that even mean? Are we in a situation where we got to make the playoffs? Is that a situation where Ben Johnson is going to be fired? Is this in the win now mode to where Ryan Poles is going to lose his job? We are not in a win now mode, bro. We're not in the win now mode, man. We need to kill that noise and understand that we're in a rebuild mode. Because right now we're talking about taking a running back, or some people are saying that a running back in Ashton Genty, we should move up and take him at number 5. The only reason you move up to take a running back number 5, if you're in the win now mode. Like, we don't need to move up and take Ashton Genty at 5, bro. That's not the expectation of what I think the Chicago Bears are right now. We're not a one-piece away team. We still need help on the left tackle side. We still need help on the pass rush. We still need another safety. We still need more running backs. We need Caleb Williams to play on structure. We need Caleb Williams to play on time. We need Caleb Williams to understand that him and Ben Johnson has to see the game in Ben Johnson's eye. They have to be on one accord. You know what I mean? Those things, to me, we are not in a win now mode, bro. I don't see that. There's no way I can agree with that. We're not in a win now mode. We are in a rebuild. And I said it last year. This, to me, is the last year of a rebuild for us. And I feel like it doesn't matter if we would have had a good season or not last year. You know what I mean? This is the last year that we might get the draft capital that we're going to get, because we might be good next year. So this is it. This is not a win now mode, bro. So that's my spiel about win now. I don't agree with that. I think this thing is going to take time. I think it's going to take patience. I think everybody got to get on the same accord. DJ Moore has to run his routes better. He has to run harder. You know what I'm saying? Cole Kmet is still on his team, and Ben Johnson, he's already said he wants people out there blocking. You know what I mean? No block, no rock. So how are we in a win now mode, bro, with all that stuff I just said, man? It's impossible. We need to take it with a grain of salt. We need to be patient, and we need to understand that we're still in the last probably phases of a rebuild. So if anybody, CJ, that has to win now, if that was a scenario, who has to win now? If you pick one person out of these three, who would have to win now?
Ryan Poles. Because Caleb is in development mode right now. You still got to develop Caleb, so you can't say it's Caleb. You got to say it's Ryan Poles. You can't say it's Ben Johnson because he just got there.
So, Alan, same thing to you. Who is in this picture right now is the pressure most upon the win? Because you can say Ben Johnson because he's coming from an organization where he had a guy that you got to put lipstick on a pig to look good, and Jared Goff. He's had a top 3 or top 5 offense in Detroit. He's developed wide receivers. He's put an O-line. So people can say that it's on him to win now because he's the guru, he's the guy. But who do you feel like, if it's anybody in this picture that has to win now, who is it?
Well, I'm gonna have to agree with CJ. It's Ryan Poles, man. Ryan Poles, he's got to do it, man. Like, I don't think he's gonna, of course, get fired. I don't think he's on a hot seat, but he's got to win. Like, he's got to turn the corner. Like, he's got to turn the corner, guys. Like, that's the guy that's got the bullseye on his back, because he's been here the longest, and he's the one that's been tailor-made in his team. So he's got to show and prove, man. Ben Johnson, I feel like he's gonna be a good coach. Caleb, of course, is gonna be. I feel like he's gonna be a superstar. But at the same time, Ryan Poles has to put together wins. It's just simple as that.
Yeah, man, and I agree. If it's anybody that has to win now, it's Ryan Poles. We all seen Ryan Poles and his lack of ability to put together offensive line. We only got an offensive line this year in free agency because of Ben Johnson. The 4 years Ryan Poles has been here, he's never really attacked the offensive line. So if anybody's trying to give Ryan Poles credit for the offensive line this season, no. And it is not him. That is Ben Johnson. That is Ben Johnson. And the fact that this staff is being put together by Ben Johnson lets you know that Ryan Poles, bro, you put a team together, you put a staff together, but at the same time, if anybody's on a short leash right now, it's Ryan Poles, bro. Because it's crazy. It's crazy because he said one thing, CJ, that I didn't like. Now, how do y'all feel about the left tackle position for this draft? Like, I think people are, they pretty much romanticizing about this running back situation, man, and JT and Marion Hampton. Like, I don't give a damn about their running backs like that, bro. Braxton Jones just came off an injury. Karan is a blank canvas, which I like. He has to get in training camp and get better. Braxton Jones has to get healthy. Caleb Williams is in his second season. So I don't understand why the left tackle position is not the most number one priority, CJ, in this draft going forward. I think it's the left tackle position. And the fact that Ryan Poles came out here and said he's cool with Karan and he's cool with Braxton being a left tackle. Are you serious? So, CJ, what do you feel about that, man? Because I'm not cool with Braxton or Karan right now, this being my left tackle, bro.
I'm not either because Braxton Jones got a lot to prove. It's like he's been unproven, ever since he put on the Bears uniform. Now the guy Karan, I think he needs more development, of course, at the left tackle. But I can't say that I trust those two guys going into the season.
I can't really say that I really just, Alan, man, like I really just trust what Brian Poles said about the left tackles, bro. Like, one, you're not gonna pay Braxton Jones. You're not gonna pay him. So how you gonna say you're cool with that? So, Alan, how do you feel about the left tackle position, man, and how they should attack it in this draft before we get up out of here, man? What do you feel about the left tackle position, man?
Well, my guys, either Campbell or Warren from Penn State. Them those two people we should be thinking about getting in the first round. Like, them two fall to us, and if Will Campbell get the 8, move up to go get him. But they're saying he might not get past 4, but if he slide or them quarterbacks get in there, Will Campbell's going to slide. And I don't think Ryan Poles for a minute is going to sit here and not draft a left tackle in the draft. He knows he got to draft a left tackle. He's just playing coy and trying to throw off the scent of what he really wants in the draft. He's playing game checks with that left tackle. He knows that's the biggest bullseye on his board. He knows that. We know that. But he's got to make it look like I'm going to get Travis, I'm going to get whoever, I'm going to get Michael Jordan. He knows who he wants at the left tackle. And I know he wants Campbell. So that's why I say, man, don't be surprised if we don't try to move up if Campbell slides. That's my forecast for the draft.
All right, well said, man. I feel you because I think he was kind of being coy with it too. But the fact that he said he was cool with them dudes in training camp just trigger my offensive lineman PTSD and his lack of putting one together. Like, I wasn't cool with that.
Don't take it serious. Don't take it serious.
Yeah. So CJ, man, what are your final thoughts about anything? Kyler Gordon, you know what I'm saying? His deal, any of this stuff with his win now stuff. What are your final thoughts before we get out of here, man?
I mean, when it comes to Kyler Gordon, I'm glad that the Bears got it done. They definitely had to re-sign him. You definitely can't let a guy like that go. And I like the fact that the Bears are building this team the way they're supposed to be getting built in the trenches and all that. I'm still not high on the Bears getting a running back in the first round. I still think you can get a running back in the second and third rounds, a good one. So that's where I'm at with it. I think the Bears need to get offensive linemen in that first round, especially a left tackle because they're hard to come by.
Goddamn right. My boy up there cooking, CJ, with the final thoughts, man. Alan, what's your final thoughts on anything, man? Very well said, CJ. What's your final thoughts on anything? Kyler,
Yeah.
And, what did you say about JJ? Go ahead and tell the people what you said about JJ. Give them that, Alan.
Okay, yeah. JJ made a remark about Coach Allen saying that he's going to trail the number one receiver during the game. I have never been opposed to him, chasing the number one receiver, but that comes with a lot of responsibility. And Matt Eberflus was very zone oriented, and that kind of saved Jalen sometimes. When you chasing a guy across the formation, man, you got to be in extreme condition. I mean, you got to be in tip-top condition. It's only about 3 or 4 guys in history that's ever done that. That's tough. And I think Jalen Johnson is pushing himself. He likes that the coach is going to let him play the number one receiver. And I'm interested to see. I'm not going to say he can't do it. I'm interested to see if he can do it. So I'm liking the fact that he's going to take the challenge, because if you can stonewall receivers chasing him across the formation, you the real deal. And I know he wants new money. If he can make the Pro Bowl under that type of technique, he'll get ground shaking money, man. He'll get top cornerback money, because only a few people can make them type of moves and that technique in the NFL. It takes a lot of endurance, man, above anything. Running across the field every play, in zone, in phase. Then he's got to, go across on motion. Man, that's a lot of running, man. And I wish him a lot of luck, man. I hope he can do it, but that's gonna show us what type of medal Jalen Johnson got, man. So I'm intrigued for the season to see definitely Jalen Johnson's development and his new.
Alan's phone froze, man, but you heard majority what he said. So, Alan, I got you back. So just give us your final thoughts about Kyler Gordon and all this win now BS, man. What you got?
Yeah, man. I'm gonna stay on it, man. We got to win this year, only for confidence in the players, man. Guys like Kyler Gordon, who's been here, the guys ain't been to the playoffs. They just need a taste of victory, man. And I think these small steps, these small victories with contracts and a new staff. So I would hope that their expectation when they hit the grass is to try to win games, to try to get to the playoffs. Not saying they have to do it, but that should be the team's focus. Let's try to win now. Let's try to go ahead and build this community, build up this foundation. And that's what we should go as a team, Make sure our expectations, what's I was saying, shoot the moon, but if you land amongst the stars, that should be cool too.
I can't say anything better than what you guys already said and killed it with, man, because y'all dudes cook, man, and it's amazing to hear y'all talk, man, football. But my final thoughts is this: we're not in win now mode. We're not in a win now mode. For a big picture, we are not. For the micro, we might be. For the macro, you know what I mean? All that type of stuff, yeah. But at the same time, we're not in the win now mode. Players want to taste the winning. I like what JJ did say. Hype don't win you no games. I love when JJ said that. The hype don't win you no games. And the fact that JJ's been here long enough, he's probably seen a lot of losing, man, since Ryan Pace and all that.
Yeah.
Look, man, get this dude some wins, man. Get him some wins. But we're not in the win now mode for the bigger picture to me. Kyler Gordon got his deal, so that was dope. So with that being said, man, we'll be back for our pre-draft NFC North episode. I got guys coming from the Minnesota Vikings podcast. I got guys coming from Lions podcast, Packers. So we're going to get up in here, man. It's going to be real less structured. So if anybody pull up on April 23rd, 7 p.m., it's going to be a good show, man. We got people coming from all different teams in here, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. So with that being said, man, I'm G Walker, one half of the CNG podcast. That's CJ, the other half, and that's Alan, the other half of the CNG podcast. And we'll see y'all when we see y'all, man. Peace.
Peace.